Okay, so today we are going to see in this session about the Oracle SQL Developer introduction. So I'm just going to explain you about few features in this developer tool, and as part of the installation, we have already seen doing the Oracle database installation and unlocking the HR schema, and then how to install Oracle SQL Developer tool. And now we are going to see, we've unlocked the HR schema. How are you going to create a connection in the SQL developer tool? So we are going to create a connection, and then we are going to explore few of the features which are available. So as part of this welcome page, we can close it. It is only an informational page which we will not be using much. So on the bottom, we can see the reports, and on the top, we can see the list of connections. So as far as now, we have not made any, we have just done the installation. We have not connected to any of the schema or database. So let's go ahead and create a connection. Before even going and creating a connection, as part of all the other apps, file, edit, view. You can go and explore these things. The below icon, this one with a star, no, this represents a new file. Okay, if you want to open a new database file and start, querying and all, so you'll be using that particular file. So, and then you have this folder. If you have already stored an SQL file somewhere in your laptop and you want to open that file here, that also can be done here. And then the next one is, if you want to save, you can click on save. Okay, let's go ahead and create a connection. So in connection tab, you would find this plus sign. Yeah. So just click on the plus sign. There is a pop-up window which is asking for name. So we know that we have unlocked HR schema. So to keep things in a relevant way, I'm going to name this connection. We're supposed to give a connection name. I'm going to keep it as HR. Okay, I'm giving it in caps. So this is a connection name which I'm actually trying to give. Okay, and then the next one is database type is Oracle. Obviously, we have installed Oracle database, and then the next is user information. So here you are supposed to give the username. Again, while unlocking, we have identified, we have run the statement for unlock that user HR identified by HR, right? So that is nothing but the username is HR and identified by is nothing but a password. So that also I have given as HR. So I've noted down. So I'm going to keep the same HR and HR. And I'm going to click on save password because I don't want to keep entering every time. But it is in real time scenario, it is best that you do not give save password. You save it in some notepad or some other place, that every time you log in you just give the password. That is actually better, because every time it will pop up to enter the password, so you would know which connection actually you're logging in. And it will give a upfront idea, okay, this is the connection which I'm going to use to run certain set of queries which I have. So in real time, that is better. But for practice purpose, demo sessions, I don't want to enter again and again. So I'm just clicking on save password. And connection type is basic. So what details it is asking for is host name. It is again localhost 1521. And again, SID, you know. So we know the service name. As part of this installation TNS entry, we found that what is the service name, which is nothing but ORCL PDB. So this is our service name. This is the pluggable database which we are going to use. So I'm entering this service name ORCL PDB. I'm going to click on test just to check. It's at success, right? So I'm going to save it. See, the connection has been saved here and it appeared here. And now I'm going to connect. So once I connected, this workspace has worksheet has opened, and there is this plug symbol, means it is connected. Okay, and on the top right corner, can you see this drop down? This is a list of schemas. Since we have only one database connection established, only one is available. In real time scenarios, you will have multiple connections at the same time. So all the complete list. Say for example, if you have a query in this worksheet, you know select from some environment. Okay, so this is a table which you're trying to select. If you're trying to run this particular query in this connection, or you can use the same table is having been present in the another database connection. So you can change the connection here and run this query. That is also possible. Okay. So that's how you can run. And again, about this worksheet, again, you have this first run button, which actually runs the statement. The second one is run script. If you have multiple queries here listed in this particular worksheet, and if you want to run all the queries one by one, without any manual intervention, you just want to execute all the queries, then you can go for run script instead of run statement. And then explain plan, again, explain plan is something which happens internally when you do a query. Okay, when you write a query and when you run the query internally, Oracle optimizer would create an execution plan uh, with regards to the IDs created and how well these are indexed. So what kind of references does this particular query have? Is it referring any indexed column or not? These kind of things will be referred, and explain plan would be generated. So this is a commit and no rollback. We'll see in detail what are these. So this is no much about. And yeah, if you want to view the history, then you can click on SQL history. You can see the list of queries which has been executed. So we have not done any queries. So for example, there is no entry here. Once I run this, okay, let me run this. See, now I have the result of this query. This is the result set. So whenever you run any query in the worksheet, you will get the result at the bottom. This is SQL history. Because I've clicked on this SQL history icon, I have done, so only one query has been run, because this is the first time we have established a connection, we are running. So this is the first query which has got executed, the timesheet when it has got executed, and the duration it took to run. So by this duration, you can identify a single query, how long does it run. Okay, so then you can fine tune and do a performance tuning to make the query little efficient. Okay, run in a less time. Yeah, that can be done. So if you want to know the queries, seconds, number of seconds, so you can see it here. So how many rows it is fetched and in how many seconds, or you can also go and fetch it here. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Usually this is how it will look like. So we can close this as well. So under this HR schema, you will have a list of database objects. We've already seen so many database objects which are present, like tables, views, and all. So these are the list of database objects. So this is pretty much about the Oracle SQL Developer. There are a lot of features going in with the class. We'll explore more about this Oracle SQL features, which we can trace and manipulate data, how to do it through this tool. Uh, the best practice is to do the query, not to use the tool. But this is kind of user friendly, where in and out you can actually use the facilities or features which we have as part of this tool. So this is pretty much about the introduction to Oracle SQL Developer tool. Thank you.